Hey guys, I'm Julia, a Scorpion Goddess, and I am the creator and owner of Scorpion Goddess Spiritual Healing. And as you can see, I have switched it up. I'm actually in my bed doing Tarot of the Week, and this is for the week of May 24th, 2021. I'm in my room. I switched it up because I just wasn't feeling my living room setup. I just wanted to do it in my bed, and I really feel like this has a lot to do with the eclipse season we're coming into and retrograde season. Like, I really just want to be in my room, plus the moon's in Scorpio, where I'm kind of like, don't really want to be socializing with around people. I kind of just want to be to myself right now. Even though the sun's in Gemini, the moon in Scorpio is our emotions, and it's making me feel more in my bag, and just this is where I'm at. I'm more comfortable in my room, so I'm gonna work in my room. This is the week where we have already began Saturn retrograde, and we are heading into the full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius on May 26th this week, and then towards the end of the week we're hitting Mercury retrograde on May 29th. So there's a lot of energy happening. There may be things of feeling like chaos, things slowing down, communications being out of whack, running late to something, missing appointments, miscommunications happening. And this is all because of the retrograde season turning inward, telling us we need to slow down. Saturn has become retrograde a few days ago, and this is telling us what type of karmic ordeals are we going to be dealing with, and where do we need more responsibility, where do we need more structure, where do we need more discipline. So depending on wherever your sun or rising is set up is which house it'll be affecting. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw I made a post with just a quick ordeal. I keep saying ordeal, I don't even know why, I don't even use that word. But I just did a quick thing of Aries through Pisces, of which house is going to be affected. If you'd like to know, you can click in the description box down below the link to my Instagram, and you can read up on Saturn retrograde and how it's going to affect you. And now we're also going into Mercury retrograde. And people always are freaking out about Mercury retrograde because it happens so often. The reason why it happens so often is because Mercury moves quick, so it goes into retrograde a lot more often than the other planets. Because of this, Mercury rules our thoughts, ideas, communication, travel, and it's going to be happening in the sign of Gemini, which is what Mercury naturally rules. So this is really going to be affecting our mental state and how we actually communicate, because Gemini is located in the third house, which also has to deal with communication, community, ideas, thoughts, speak, all of literally what Mercury hosts and Gemini hosts is what's really going to be highlighting the most for us. So it'll be a very interesting time. It's not something to really be afraid of. It's just going to be telling us to turn inward. What needs to be fixed, redone? How can I redo these certain areas? How can I communicate better with others? How can I grow in this, whatever aspect is highlighting for you? And then we also have this full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, and eclipses are about major things coming to light and giving us a complete 180 of, okay, this is where we're at now, we need to completely change everything. And it can feel like an abrupt, scary, major change, but it can also be very exciting too. If you're sick and tired of being in a certain place in your life, eclipses really give us that push of like, all right, well, now you're gonna go into this next place because you're done with that and it's time to do this instead. So, and Sagittarius is a very optimistic sign, and full moons are about a time of culmination and illuminating what needs to really be released so you can manifest and create a better whatever it is that you're working on. So full moons again are about releasing what kind of energies do I need to let go of so I can move on from these things to get where I'm trying to get to. If you go into the description box down below, the very first link that you see takes you directly to my moon circle healing package that you can purchase on Etsy. And what this really includes is access, private personal access. Not everybody can get to this content, so once you purchase it, you'll have access to it, which is a collective in-depth tarot and oracle reading based on what's happening with this moon. You also get a distance Reiki healing done and a oneness blessing done. And you also get, with free shipping and handling, a bath salt that is intended just specifically for this full moon lunar eclipse that we have coming in. And I ship 1 to 2 business days. Even if you get it, say you purchase it like the day of the lunar eclipse, and that's when you see this, the energy is still potent. So it is okay, even if you access it a day after, it still works. The energy is still there. There's nothing that, if you feel like, oh, it's too late, it's not. As long as you're within the time frame of about a week after the moon passes, it'll still work. It's a lot of stuff happening, so we're gonna see what do the cards have to say. So my video just cut off literally right when I pulled the first card, which is Judgment, and we definitely got this. I feel like, didn't we get this last week, guys, with the Judgment card? And it's funny, I was talking about comic stuff and I literally was not even thinking about the fact that Saturn was going into retrograde, and Saturn is what hosts our comic debt. So here we are with the Judgment card. I'm going to pull some more cards before I start talking or really going into depth with this one. But again, I'm just feeling like this is really having a set focus on what areas do we need to deal with where it comes to our karma from the present life and our past lives also. And what are some lessons that we need to really be learned? What is something we keep repeating? What are cycles that we keep doing that we're just not really making a shift and change to? That's what's really going to be highlighted for this week. But let's see. What is the story? Story keeps popping up. The story of who I am. What is this shit? What? What the hell? Death. Dun dun dun. So like, we have the Judgment. And what cycles, right? What cycles are Saturn telling us that lead to an ending? And the motherfucking full moon releasing endings, emotional transformation. The fact that the moon right now is in Scorpio, you guys, and death is ruled by Scorpio. I love. And we also have 7 of Wands, 7 of Cups. 7s are standing out. So you might be seeing 7s a lot this week, just like I said for the week that we just had. And yes, I have been using this deck. I've been working with clients. So a lot of times when I'm working with clients anyways, I use the same deck I use for you guys on YouTube. So these have been shuffled a lot of times. It's just we have a lot of the same messages coming again because we're in the eclipse season. We're in retrograde season. We were last week too. Same shit is happening this week. And it feels like we're in this phase of like, I know there's a change happening, but I don't see it happening yet. And I feel like a lot of you guys are having so much stress and anxiety. Like you're trying to fight the change. You're trying to fight the change. You're trying to fight the change. And it's like you need to take a step back and be more flexible with what is happening right now. You have literally no control of this week whatsoever. There is no control at all of anything that's happening. The stuff that we're dealing with this week is set, and you need to release that sense of like anxiety and stress that you're getting and being worried about what's going to happen next. How do I better handle this situation? By letting go. and realizing that this shift, this change that's happening is what is meant for your highest and greatest good. I know it can be scary going through a change, and that's what's showing up. People are really afraid of this change. They're on defense mode. They're stressed out. You guys are high strung this week. And it's not saying that, you know, it's not a normal feeling to have when what you're used to and your comfort zone is being completely ripped out from under you, and you're like, shit, what the hell is happening? I don't like this, you know. But there's so much magic that needs to be created, and you can't step into this place of creating if you're stuck in doing the same thing. So Saturn and the full moon, right, are coming in and saying, we are coming in and shaking things up. And there may be some things that come to light with this full moon in the middle of this week, with secrets coming out from people and realizing, oh, that's how you view me, that's what you've been saying about me, that's what's been going on, these secrets are coming out. And this kind of like messy situations might be coming about too. I'm feeling like there might be a situation with could be your friends, you know, somebody saying something about somebody and you're like, wait, what? I gotta defend myself. Even getting caught up in other people's like messy situations and bullshit, and you're coming in and you're reacting off of other people's emotions, and it's like, ugh. Try your best not to react off of other people's emotions or other people's opinions about you or how you're living your life, because it's not going to change anything except make you more upset, honestly. Oh my gosh. So then we have 5 of Swords, 6 of Cups. This is an interesting mix. And then the King of Cups. Again, it's funny, I was just talking about like your emotions and reacting to other people's feelings, and this is saying like sometimes you need to know when to walk away and when not to put your input into other people's, again, opinions or situations or whatever their viewpoints are of you, or anything that's out of your control, because not everything you can control. You can't control the way people think, you can't control people's viewpoints, you can't control people's opinions. You don't always have to say something. And I feel like a lot of you guys feel like, oh, like, I always gotta say something, I gotta let them know how I feel, I gotta tell them this. You really don't. You can just keep your mouth shut and walk away and realize that whatever they're thinking or saying and their thoughts, their opinions and everything is not a reflection of you and how you live your life and what you think about and what you do when you're minding your own business. It has nothing to do with you. And then with the emotions, again, it's like you need to come into this place of realizing that sometimes you need to lead by example, right? You need to lead by example, and sometimes walking away is the best thing you can do, and it shows the other party like your boundaries. I'm getting like, you know, when you set boundaries with children, some of you guys might be having or have been having issues with your kids, or your kids might be acting out of character even more this week, I'm feeling like. And this message is coming in and saying you need to, again, with this setting boundaries, lead by example. Sometimes you don't know everything. Just because you're a parent, you might think that you know the answers, but it's really the kids that teach us a lot. And I feel like this is asking us to step into having more of like an innocent way of looking at things. You don't always need to get so upset if your kids aren't listening. Sometimes that's their way of being like, I just want to spend time with you, and this is how. I don't know how to say that without driving you crazy and making a mess and doing stuff that I'm really not supposed to do, but this is the way I get attention from you. And I feel like with the 6 of Cups stepping into the King of Cups, right? This may even have a lot to do with the beginning of the week, because the moon is in Scorpio and King of Cups is ruled with Scorpio energy. So it may even be the beginning of the week where people are spending more time with their children, or just getting overwhelmed by their kids, but taking a step back, even getting in tune. I'm getting a million like friggin' messages right now. Sorry if I sound like all over the place, but working with your kids, having a more innocent point of view, using the world as your playground and how you learn, using your kids, like learning from your kids. Sometimes when we grow up, we forget how to be as creative and see the fun and the light and the joy in everyday to day life, and we take so many things for granted. But when you're so little and so young, you're like, wow, this is amazing, everything's great, woo. And it's saying, get back into that. I feel like a lot of you guys really need to work on the sacral chakra. Sacral chakra is really standing out to me. Ooh, I wish I had my chakra cards out. Well, anyways, sacral chakra is really standing out. So the colors of like orange, as I'm saying that, my nail is like, this one nail is orange-ish. Orange is a good thing to work with. Listening to sacral chakra binaural beats, getting more involved with art, getting more into your sexuality, your sexual desires, being more open and free in the bedroom with somebody, by yourself, getting just really creative and artistic. These things can help. And again, with wearing orange, eating orange foods, these things really help with the sacral chakra. And that's what I'm feeling like people need to work on this week. And with this King of Cups, it's really owning your emotions and being that person that people feel so comfortable they can confide into you. And yeah, King of Cups is an interesting card to me because it sends in so many different messages. I feel like just being very passionate and leading with your emotions. A lot of people like to view emotions as a weak point, but I feel like a lot of you guys are stepping more into having emotional intelligence, feeling more empathetic. We also have Jupiter in Pisces, which I haven't even talked about, and I really don't even know why I haven't, but the fact that Jupiter is in Pisces, which is its traditional ruler, it's having us step into being more expansive with helping and being more empathetic and being more creative, which is again where the sacral chakra, like messages and energies I'm picking up on, can really come from. And that all relays back into this King of Cups energy, leading with empathy and being so big and expansive, where it's like there is no competition of who's doing better than who, but it's just leading with love and realizing that there's enough for all of us to go around. Dang, that came out. I'm gonna pull one more card. Well, we'll see if I'm going to. See if they want to come out. Any more want to jump out? And if not, I'm gonna go into yeet my self-care cards. But let's see. Ooh, we have the Star and the Knight of Wands. The Star and the Knight of Wands. Yeah, there's so much stuff going on this week, you guys. And we have like three major arcana cards that we're working with. Yes, and then 2 court cards. So major changes definitely happening this week. The feeling of, just like what I was talking about with these two, with these major changes coming in, and just allow that energy to come. Be more flexible, be more open. Don't be so rigid with things need to be this way. I need to control these things, because blessings can really come in disguises this week, and you'll definitely get caught off balance with somebody might say something. You may bump into paths with somebody. You may even be an Aquarius, or being highly influenced by Aquarian energy, or bumping into an Aquarius. But this person or this type of energy is going to be what I would say is a blessing in disguise. And I feel like this person is going to come in very abruptly, or this energy is going to come in very abruptly. and it's going to kind of take you aback, but you're gonna feel taken aback in a good way of like, oh wow, because I just keep hearing blessing in disguise and story, the story. There's a story to tell. Maybe during story time, I don't know what the hell story time I'm even talking about, but oops. I'm just really picking up on stories, or maybe you're reading a book, you're hearing a story being told, you're listening to a podcast, but I just feel like something around that time, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm just relaying the messages I'm hearing, which is story. Maybe you're listening to a song and the word story just keeps popping out. I don't even know what it means, honestly. And I don't think the cards are going to even tell me what this story thing, the story of who I am. The story of who I am is still being told. I don't know. I'm going to go into some self-care. We're going to see what do the self-care cards have to say. What is some self-care that everybody this week can take on? Because we have so much energy that we're dealing with this week with all these retro... Oh my god. What is this? Build strength. Build strength. Work out. When you're getting frustrated, when you're getting irritated, work out. Put it into physical form to release it. Work out and get physical. Oh my goodness. Create an abundance plan too. That's actually, money is being very like hyper focused right now for this week. I've been really like picking up on, so definitely abundance planning, budgeting. There may be some kind of money that might even like kind of like come in. There might be some kind of money that may come in. I'm feeling like somebody might give you a really big tip, or somebody might, that you might find money on the ground, or you might get a promotion at work. There's going to be some kind of change or shift with money, but I feel like it's going to be coming in. Planning for a vacation too. And I'm also getting sing. Open up that throat chakra, you guys. Sing it out. Listen to your favorite music when you're feeling down or you're getting stressed out. Get into that workout plan and sing your heart out. Work on that voice. But yes, this was Tarot of the Week, you guys. It was a little different. I don't know how you guys feel about Tarot of the Week this week. I feel like things are a little funky, a little wonky. I feel like everybody's honestly feeling that energy anyways. But comment down below how this reading resonated with you, and I will catch you guys next week.